So scenario, you know somebody that told you, yo, I'm gonna go rob this bank tomorrow. They do it. The cops come to you like, so you have any information on the bank? What are you gonna say?
If they ask me, I mean, that's a real world scenario where there are repercussions for you. So you gotta think about it. If you lie, then you're an accomplice of the crime, and then you could potentially go to jail for something you didn't do. And that's not something I'm down for.
Okay.
I mean, would you?
No, I'm not lying over somebody else. No.
I didn't think so.
So another question: if a serial killer lived next door to you, would you call the police on him?
Do you know they're a serial killer? I mean, I would assume so.
I would assume so.
So,
Yeah.
so how do I know? I just see.
That's a very good question. That's a very good question.
Like
That's
usually people like serial killers, they aren't flashy about that kind of thing. You know, you don't just see them like toting a body over their shoulders and taking it out. And it's like, man, I seen him go out with like 7 bodies. Like if it was just 6, I would have been quiet about it. But that 7th one, I am.
But that's another reason why I asked you though, because some neighbors are more nosier than I know. I'm not the nosy neighbor. Like I know I'm not that person that will look out like, what is he doing today? Oh, look, he got a cat. You know what I mean? So I just asked. Maybe you are the type of neighbor. Maybe you're like, listen outside your door. Like, what's going on? Like, are they having domestic violence next door? What's going on? You know?
You said a serial killer, so I'm trying to think like how
yeah, but you could look out your, let's say you look out your back door one time and you see this dude making a hole and putting a body in there or something in his backyard.
But serial implies more than one time. So how many times you got to catch him digging holes in the yard?
That is a good question.
So the first one wasn't enough.
Well, okay, you'd have to say serial killer. You could just say murderer.
Yeah, okay. I'm just picking at your scenario and trying to see how much information was going to be given. But you said, okay, well, a murderer. And I mean, that's something that I thought about too, because it's like I love First 48, and you always see the people on there, and they're asking for justice for their family members, for their friends, their loved ones, and nobody wants to talk. And then like the people who do talk, okay, so this is really weird too. How when they finally do find somebody who does give them information, they don't do their best job to try to hide it, because like they'll show like the color of the house, and they'll have like other identifying details about that person shown in the clip, or they'll give like sometimes they could be giving fake names or something like that. But to me, it feels like if you were to get somebody to give you information on a crime like that, they would do a little bit better job of hiding that stuff for that person's safety. That's a part of the reason why people don't tell on stuff and don't give information to the authorities. Like I understand that because you're afraid for yourself. But to your main question about if it was a murder, I think that's something serious enough to where the consequence would warrant that.